In a dramatic escalation of tensions across the United States, former President Donald Trump ordered the National Guard to deploy to Los Angeles following intense clashes between protesters and law enforcement. The decision came amid a wave of civil unrest sparked by nationwide protests that began after a highly controversial incident involving law enforcement and a civilian, reigniting debates around police brutality and systemic injustice. Los Angeles became one of the focal points of the unrest, with demonstrations that started peacefully but later turned volatile. As protests stretched into the night, incidents of looting, property damage, and confrontations with police escalated, prompting city officials to request state and federal support to regain control. Trump's decision to send in the National Guard marked a significant moment, drawing both support and sharp criticism from various sectors of the public and political arena. The presence of the National Guard was immediately visible across key areas of Los Angeles, with military vehicles patrolling major intersections and troops stationed near government buildings and commercial districts. For supporters of the move, this represented a necessary step to restore order and protect lives and property amid spiraling chaos. They argued that local law enforcement was overwhelmed and that a stronger federal response was required to deter further violence and looting. However, critics saw it differently. Civil rights groups, community leaders, and several political figures warned that deploying the National Guard could further inflame tensions, escalate violence, and send the wrong message to peaceful protesters. They voiced concerns that the heavy-handed response risked criminalizing legitimate demonstrations and stifling public dissent at a moment when the country needed open dialogue and reform, not militarized intervention. Trump's rhetoric leading up to and following the deployment did little to bridge the divide. His social media posts and public statements often emphasized law and order, a phrase that resonated with his base but alarmed many who felt it downplayed the legitimate grievances of protesters. Some observers noted that his handling of the crisis mirrored his approach during previous periods of unrest, focusing more on control and deterrence than on addressing the root causes of the protests. The deployment also sparked legal and logistical debates, particularly concerning the limits of federal power in local jurisdictions and the long-term consequences of using military force in civilian settings. City officials expressed mixed reactions. Some welcomed the support, while others questioned whether it might lead to more confrontations between troops and citizens. Ultimately, the National Guard's presence did help stabilize certain hotspots in Los Angeles, but at a significant social and political cost. The move deepened divisions and highlighted the challenge of balancing security with civil liberties in times of unrest. As the nation watched closely, the situation in LA became a symbol of broader national turmoil, reflecting not only the immediate crisis, but also the underlying issues that had led to it, issues that remained unresolved even after the troops were sent in.